Hello, friends. Today is Giving Tuesday, and I hope that you won't hold it against me if I use this platform to plug an option for your charitable giving. A few years ago, my sister-in-law was adopted from Ghana. She has Down syndrome, and it was hard for my in-laws to leave the other kids who they saw there who need help, especially kids who are differently abled, without trying to do something to help those kids out. And so they started a charity called Nurturing Nations. Now, Nurturing Nations has been running for a few years. We've managed to build a schoolhouse, a safe house, a library. The main focus of the charity is the core of it is a sponsorship program where a person can submit $30 a month, and they get like kind of a one-to-one. They get matched up with a kid who needs help, and that $30 a month takes care of that kid. It gets them food, shelter, clothing, medical attention, and school tuition. So the focus of the charity is to get immediate help to those kids who might not survive without immediate help. You know, get them food, get them medical attention, get them off the street, save them from human trafficking situations. It's sad that there are so many situations that are so immediately pressing, that if we don't help right away, this life won't be around to help tomorrow. And so that's, of course, one of the big main focuses is get that immediate assistance to these kids as quickly as possible. But beyond that, we try to provide education. So, the idea is that that'll set the kids up for a brighter future than they would have otherwise had for themselves and for future generations as well. So anyway, that's what the charity does. I'll put a link in the show notes, but it's pretty easy to find them. It's called Nurturing Nations. You can just look for them, just Google it, or look for them on social media, stuff like that. Now, starting today is Giving Tuesday. So starting today and through the end of 2021, we've got a couple of generous donors who are going to match all donations. So everything we can raise from now to the end of the year is going to be doubled. Nurturing Nations is a 100% volunteer organization, so none of the money ever raised or donated to the charity ever pays staff in the United States or anything like that. It all goes to help the kids in Ghana. Now, here's the tie-in. Here's my my justification for using this platform. And again, I hope you'll forgive me for doing so. But this is my justification for using this platform to kind of pitch this to you. I've been making a humble attempt at recording some Smallpipe tunes. It's admittedly a very DIY endeavor, and I'm very much learning as I go. But if you'd like one more reason to help these kids out, so far I've put out 2 albums of really old hymn tunes. Mostly these are based on Timothy Cummings' arrangements in his collection called the Piper's Hymnal. I'll include a link to that as well in the show notes. It's a great collection. Really cool tunes. Some of these date all the way back to the 9th century, and some are possibly even older. A lot of these are, just old folk melodies that have seemingly always existed, old as the hills, as it were. So anyway, I've put together a couple albums of those. They can be streamed or purchased just about anywhere, but all the money that comes from them is going straight to Nurturing Nations, and that'll be the case forever for these hymns. These hymn collections, they're called Sunday Smallpipes, and they're coming out as quick as I can put them together. I've got 2 out so far, and I think I've got about 2 more in the works right now. So those albums can be streamed and purchased just about anywhere, but any money that comes in from them is going straight to Nurturing Nations, and that'll be the case forever. But during this window between Giving Tuesday and the end of 2021, I'll be donating the processing fees as well, and so that the full amount of the purchase price goes to Nurturing Nations. And then, of course, it's going to be doubled by these generous donors. So if, for example, you were to go into Bandcamp and spend $10 on one of these albums, Bandcamp would give me $7.50 or so. That's just the processing fees for, credit card charges and stuff like that. So between today and the end of 2021, I'll make up that difference out of my pocket and send the full $10 to Nurturing Nations. And then these generous big donors are going to match it. So your $10 album purchase gets you some bagpipe music to listen to and gets $20 to these kids in Ghana. And on Bandcamp, I've got it set up so that you can name your own price. And so if you were to choose to, for example, spend $15 on one of these albums, it gets doubled, and these kids get $30, which again is enough to cover one kid's tuition, food, shelter, clothing, medical needs for an entire month. I'm also trying to put together some holiday tunes during this end of year window for the same purpose, and I'll put those out, as I can get them together as well. I'm putting all of this out under the name Heritage Bagpipes, so you can search for that. I'll put links down below as well. That'll social media, iTunes, Bandcamp, of course, anywhere. That's how you'd find it. But yeah, links will be down there. So that's from today through the end of the year. Get yourself some music, help some kids out at the same time. Buy these albums as Christmas gifts for other people just spend as much money as you can on them. It's all going to go to the kids, but before it gets there, it's going to get doubled. So, it's a great time to do it. Now, believe me, I have done, and I'm still doing, no small amount of self-psychoanalysis, trying to figure out are my motives here genuine, or do I just crave attention, and the charity aspect is like a buffer against any criticisms that might come from listening to how my failings as a piper when I play and try to record myself. And the jury's still out. I think that's a real possibility, but I don't think there's any getting around that this is a good cause, and these kids really do need help, and the chance to double up the money that you donate. I mean, $1, $1 is useful, and then it becomes $2, and it all goes to the kids. None of it gets scraped away for anybody's salary before it gets there. It's that's the pitch anyway. So don't feel obliged to do it, of course. And of course, you can always donate directly to Nurturing Nations. Go sign up for a sponsorship. There's nothing more rewarding than being able to know that you're sustaining somebody in this kind of difficult situation. But anyway. So under the name Heritage Bagpipes, that's how you can find the music. Bandcamp is the best in terms of fees. The digital downloads that you can get from Bandcamp are in lossless formats as well, so the sound is really good. So use Apple and others by all means. That's totally fine. But if you're going to spend money on these albums, especially during this end of year window to get money to these kids, get it doubled up and everything, Bandcamp gets you, I was going to say it gets you the most bang for your buck. I guess the honest truth is, if you buy it on Bandcamp, then the amount that I have to put in from my pocket to make up, the purchase price before it gets doubled and sent over to the kids is less than if you buy it from Apple. Then if you buy it from Apple, I'm still going to donate, whatever it takes to get it back up to your purchase price. It'll just take a little more, if you buy it elsewhere. So really, it's all for the kids, though, so it's all fine. So whatever's most convenient and best for you, totally great. And that's it. So thanks again. Thanks for listening to the show a million times over. I have really loved doing these interviews and can't wait to do some more as we head into another year. I hope you have a really great holiday season, and thanks again.